Hi there and welcome to my Monday Live. My name is Paula Reid and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator going by the name of Yellow Bear Stamping. Tonight I'm going to share with you a project using the Playful packaging bundle, which is in the May to August catalogue. So let's switch down to my desktop. So hope you have had a good day today. I managed to get a few things off the list, which was great. And so just with me not working, it's been quite nice. I can still get things done that have been sitting around for a while to do. So as you join, or if you are watching on replay, just leave me a comment and we'll get started. So this is one of the bundles that is in the current catalogue, and it was demonstrated at our onstage event for demonstrators back in March in Sydney, and I fell in love with it, and it was like one of those things, oh, do I buy it, don't I, how much use will I get out of it? And then it was like I kept going back to it, so I thought, right, I'm going to buy it. And I have had quite a bit of fun. There's some projects that I have done that I can't share with you just yet because they're for an upcoming event. But so we've got the dies here, and then coordinating stamp set. And if we look at page 48 of the catalogue, you can see here is how they've used the dies to make a little treat bag, and then they've used it on a card here. And then over in the bundles section, there is another card that has used a combination of the stamps and the dies. But tonight I want to focus on using the stamps and the dies for something like this. So now last week I cased, because I'm doing a series on casing the catalogue, and I did it on the mix and match ephemera pack that we have, and I made this one and this one here. So today I have made another 3. So I've done that one and then this one here, and what I've done is use the perennial postage die and cut it, and that's in 2 bits, and then just with a band of white across the middle. And then this one uses the Nested Essentials, and again I've cut the biggest of this, not quite sure what shape it's called, and then cut it in half and put the bit of white cardstock across the top. So they were my additional cards. I'll just put that. And so part of the new catalogue, and I haven't got round to buying them yet, which is a bit bad, but are these cellophane bags that are 4 inches across, which measure the width of the topper by 8 inches. And I really needed that tonight, but I found an old one that we used to sell that was 4 inches by 6 inches, so I'm hoping that that is going to work. So what I want to do is pop my cards that I have made into this cello bag, and then I can use that as give it as a gift. And I just need to get up and over. It's just tad bit tight, but it fits in. Okay, so I'll put this to the side. I have already die cut my pieces, so with the tag part, just refresh that. It comes with these dies. So you get this bit here, which is this one, and it's got a score line and a fold bit. And then this one is just a little bit shorter. And then you've got the handle, you've got some shapes for tags, and then some embellishments. So tonight we're going to use the star, and these are the tag, and that tag and the handle. So I'll just pop those away. For the handle, I have die cut it twice out of the designer series paper that I used for some of those cards. And then I have got this as Misty Moonlight, and that is Petal Pink. Oops, I've got two tags. And then I've done some stars in this is using the two-tone cardstock of Petal Pink and Pool Party. So what I want to do first is just stamp along the bottom here with the star stamp, seeing we're using the stars. Now, on a sample that I will show you once I've done this, when I had stamped it, so I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's got sort of a raised bit in between to hold, so there's 3 stars on the stamp. And with the foam mat ink pads, you do get a bit of ink there. And so what I'm just going to do is use a cotton bud. You could use your finger. And I've just, or you just got to stamp it really lightly. And when you stamp it lightly, you don't get the ink in between. And I think it's just because the foam, when you're pushing down, the stamp sort of goes in. Apparently with the new linen ink pads, you don't have that issue. And then I'm just going to stamp. Oh, I did get a little bit, but not as much as my other one. So I'm just using that. And yeah, and this last one's not so bad because it's only doing 1. There we go. And there's only a little bit there, so it's not too bad. I did pretty well on that one. Right, so then I am going to, because I just want that little bit of colour below, so I die cut just a strip using this die here. What I have found is easier is putting the the liquid adhesive on there, and then just do a quick line across the top there. And then you can just pop that on, and I want that, maybe I should do it that way. That's pretty good. Okay. Ah, she says, and then moves it. Yep, that's it. Right, so to join this together, so I just fold that over, and we'll just give it a quick pinch. Now this is going to go onto here, but before you stick these two bits together, we need to put our handle in. But I'm just going to put the tear and tape along there, and then my glue dots. And I've just done it because I've used the designer series paper, which is a little bit, it's thinner than the two-tone cardstock and definitely thinner than cardstock. I've just done 2 to give it a little bit of extra strength. And then I'm just going to take a glue dot. Hopefully you can see, there's my glue dot, and I'm just going to pop that at the edge. Take that off, and then do the same thing on this one, and then take that off. Now that is going to be on the back, and then that will go. So what we're going to do is, I might just use this, and so that's 1, 2, 3, it's about, it's about centered. That's pretty good. So we're going to do that, and then we will pop this on top of this. So your handle will be in between the top, the two bits, the front and the back. So I'm just going to line that up with that, and that up with that. Give it a good press, and there you are. Now, because my bag is, I had hoped that I would have had, you know, if it was a the 8-inch length, it would have been up there and I'd be able to stick it and then that would go down, but I don't. So I am going to put tear and tape along there, and then stick that just the one side, because what I want is that when you open it, that you don't, if you have it all sealed down, you're going to either have to pull this out or rip this. So I want to do it where I tie it so that you can get into it as you need, and that you could reuse. So I'm just going to pop a bit of tear and tape on there. Now this little punch, it's a 1/8 of an inch. It comes in a pack of 3, and so what I want to do is to put I'm using some of the baker's twine that will come from the back, tie at the front. So I want it so that it ends up sort of around about there, so it's almost at the top of this. So what I'm going to do is, see, if I do that, then I can see just a little bit of the blue. So if I punch that there, and then I do the same on this side, I should be about right. Now, how did I work this? I want it so that it comes through there and through there, and so then it comes, so it'll come around, and then we've got I've done plenty to tie it. Okay. So we'll leave that there like that. Take that bit off. And so when this comes around, then I can tie it now. Where do I want? So I might actually decorate. So I want to put my stars on there. Okay, I am going to pop the stars on first, and then I can work out where I want my whether I want the bow coming in down here or to be in the center. Right, so let us, so you can see if I had the extra 2 inches, it would be a lot better, because that would actually then close and then the cards be down. But that will be fine, because see, it will tie at the side there. Rightio. So then, so this is just out of the two-tone, and we'll just, so it's got the stars, the hearts, and like little flowers that then you can pop an embellishment into for the center. Now I'm just going to hold this off camera for 2 ticks while I just stick my stars down. So I just got them like that. I probably should have gone a bit further out to the edge. Probably next time what I would do is, I love using the adhesive sheets. I would actually probably do that, because that would get you your adhesive right to the point of the star. And it's a lot less mess. Okay, now then we're going to use, so that's that done. Then we will pop on here. So I've got a gift for you. So the stamp set has just because, a gift for you, and thank you, and a to and a from that you can use. So I've just done a gift for you. Oops, here's my dimensionals. Love the little ones for something like this, that you don't have to cut the big ones in half. They're just perfect size. And then we'll take the backing off and pop that. Let's see, we'll pop that there, and then we can work out, I think I want my, so I may have done that a bit high, but that's all right. Oh, sorry, moving that off. Right, so now to try and tie a bow, which I'm going to do with my scissors. Because then it gives me my my fingers. Now, in my newsletter, I mentioned last week that the snips here that I've got, there was an issue, I think it was with the supplier, and so they got discontinued. So the good news is we have some new scissors that are on the online exclusive. So I am going to buy a pair because I don't know why they do that. These are actually my paper ones, and they sometimes don't always cut nice and sharply with ribbon and stuff. So there is that, our little parcel done. And oh, thanks, Edith. Yeah, it's just a different way of doing packaging. Look, it's a little bit bulging, but it would have been better by having I mean, it's still perfectly fine, if I'd had with the 8-inch bags. So they will be going on my list, on my next order, because I love giving gifts, and doing something like this is the perfect size. So we're just going to pop one down there. So there you go. Doesn't that look cute? And you know, such an easy way to give something. So that is how you make the little parcel. I have also done up this one here that has, and these were bags that I got from, I think it was from Look Sharp, and just as a little table gift or something, we did something similar for Mother's Day at church. So these are Lotus Biscotti, which are beautiful biscuits, and I got these from Pack and Save, and there are 8 of these, so you get 2 in a individually wrapped and 8 in a packet. These are the mixed, and they're either hot or cold that you can use them for a cup of tea, and you get 5 of 4 different flavors, so that's quite a nice thing. And then just a coffee sachet. For this one, because the bag is longer, I did actually trim some of the bag off, and I've just realized it's not quite straight, but punched using this 1/8 of an inch punch, and then just threaded it through, so you can undo the bag and get your contents out, but you've still got your topper. So there are a couple of samples using this Playful packaging. So have a look at it. I hadn't actually seen it when we first got the catalogue, and it hadn't really jumped out at me until it was one of the presentations on stage. So here's the bundle down here, $85.50 for the stamp and die. So it's pretty reasonably priced, and that you can use it for cards or for gifts. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and just something a little bit different as a way of packaging your cards to give as a gift. Thanks for joining, and we'll catch you again next week. Bye.